Hi, everyone. My name is Judith Oviosun. I'm a fourth-year Human Nutritional Science student, and I'm running to be your next UMSU president. The core of my platform is like putting students first when it comes to advocacy, like resources, always thinking, about students' well-being and what they need 100% behind my mind. I feel like sometimes some policies are made thinking, okay, students would like this, but it's not necessarily what students need at that time. So my platform is more about communicating with students, having that open forum where students are able to talk to their executives and we can find out, what is really going on in our community and how can we make changes that would be effective and positive. Yes, with my experience working within the community, I have had the opportunity to interact with lots of students and I understand the problems that students face like daily, whether it was on campus before and online now. So with that and my passion for wanting to help people and positively impact their life and improve their university experience, those are the things that motivate me, and I've decided to run to be able to do more within my community. Well, I believe the pandemic has made us understand that, everything can change. We need to be able to think on our feet and always have like creative solutions to handle problems like this. I believe this pandemic we would just focus more on making sure that UMSU businesses come back from this in a strong form. Like we know we had the fire in UC, and I plan on seeing that is renovated and more spaces are created for students. UMSU is going to try to make sure when students get back on campus, we maintain all the essential services that they need, like the service center, the printing center, and the mental health counseling center as well. Yes, when I came to UM, I started as the Nigerian Student Association Secretary, and I've been the president for the past 2 years. I've been actively involved within that community. I also became the vice president of my sorority, Alpha Gamma Delta, in 2019. I was the vice president up until December last year. I was also elected to be the UMSU Women's Representative last year. And that has also given me the opportunity and privilege to sit on several committees like the Judicial Board, where I was the vice chair. So I have a lot of experience and knowledge when it comes to dealing with students and student unions and clubs on campus. The most pressing issue is the financial barriers that people are facing with COVID-19. A lot of people have lost their jobs. Families are, trying to choose between like sustaining themselves and sending their kids to school. I believe we would have a lot more financial challenges coming in the next year and even this year already. We know the UMSU Hardship Fund had to be expanded to accommodate that need from students. And I believe that to address it, we need to address it head on with the university and the provincial government to stop all these cuts that are going into post-secondary education. Talk to the university to provide support, grants, and bursaries, especially for international students, because I'm an international student too. And when this tuition increase happened, I see them in hundreds of dollars. So I would want the university to kind of sit down and see how students are feeling, and in order to create a strong and healthy, environment for students when they resume back on campus, I believe we need to put them in the right headspace, and it's not going to be good if you keep increasing tuition every time. I plan to create like internships for students within UMSU, businesses, so they can work alongside with executives and UMSU staff. So this internship would provide students with a little bit of allowance to be able to survive on campus and provide themselves with basic necessities. I also plan to, increase the UMSU Hardship Fund. And it's very important that we make sure these cases are being reviewed in a timely manner and students are getting the support they need as soon as possible. I would also lobby with the university, to expand their own hardship fund to increase like legal representation for international students. I know these are unprecedented times and some international student might be needing like legal representation in terms of visa and not understanding, the hurdles that comes with, having expired study permits during the pandemic and not being able to renew, stuff like that. So mostly just like, within our organization, finding a way within our budgets to allocate these resources for these purposes, and also making sure the university is aware that students are facing these issues and they can expand their own hardship funds as well. Post-COVID-19, I believe we would create a pandemic recovery strategy so that we would be able to handle the situation and, any emergency that arises in a timely order. I believe it's important that the university itself create a response committee that continues to see that students are welcome back on campus in a safe environment. Within UMSU businesses, I plan to keep contact tracing and also reduce the lineups for UPass. I know usually in September, we have huge lineups of students waiting outside, long lineups. So I plan to maybe make this in a order that people come in based on their last names or first names at a particular time or day, so as to reduce the amount of people waiting outside. And for student club spaces, we would just keep the contract tracing. This is also ties back to my point about creating jobs for students on campus. We can have students, make masks that can be distributed to students on campus for free. That would provide an extra layer of protection, and also just having sanitizers everywhere so that people feel comfortable and clean in a safe environment. Everyone should vote March 4th and 5th. It is very important that we continue to represent people and get our voices heard. Whoever we vote into office holds the ability to impact our lives on campus. So it is important that people read policies and interact with these candidates and make sure that they vote for the right person.